I'd like to take just a few minutes of your time to explain exactly how an auto dialer can call so many people at once, almost at once, and deliver just a handful of quality prospects to you very short amount of time. So let's examine just exactly how an auto dialer does work, and this will really help you, and I'm sorry if I bore you, but this will really help you understand exactly what it is that you're setting up, and will help you overcome the confusion that can be involved with setting up all these different entities to make it all work together for a prospecting method for your cash gifting opportunities. So why don't we go ahead and get started. Okay, an auto dialer. There are several to choose from. In the last video, you saw where we covered leads. Well, one of those companies is called YourCashToolbox.com. Now, what YourCashToolbox.com does is they can supply you with quite a few network marketing or MLM leads. But another thing they'll supply you with is an auto dialer. And the auto dialer comes technically at no charge to you. You just simply load some minutes on it for it to make all those long distance phone calls. Think of an auto dialer in loading minutes on it. Think of it kind of like a prepaid cell phone. You know, if you have a prepaid cell phone or you've heard of them, what you do is you put money on the cell phone bill ahead of time. So in other words, if you load $20 worth of minutes onto an auto dialer, well, you can call $20 worth of long distance, if you will. So that's exactly how that works. So there are also other choices like LeadNet Pro. What I want you to do is get back with your inviter and see what auto dialer it is that they use, and that will help you move forward in selecting the right auto dialer. And I'm going to give you a couple of choices whenever this is over, but I will not give you any direct links to which auto dialer is better than another. That's something you'll want to contact your inviter on. Now, with that said, let's go ahead and move on into how the auto dialer actually works. Okay, we're going to draw this right here. This little circle right here represents your auto dialer. Now, your auto dialer, remember, is loaded with leads that you purchase. So we're going to take this big stack of leads, remember, not prospects. We're going to try to find the prospects in a big pool of leads. Well, could you pick up the phone and make 2,000 phone calls in a day and find just the interested people? No, you could not do that on your own. So we use the auto dialer for lack of better words, a machine gun to actually go out and dial lots of people really fast so we can just get a handful of truly interested people to call back. Priceless machine that this works with. So we take these leads that we have purchased and we pour them into the auto dialer. Now the auto dialer will start going and it will literally make lots of calls really fast. It also gives a very short message on there, and that short message may sound something like this. Hi, and I'm going to abbreviate this. Hi, I've got this great opportunity. If you're looking at doing an opportunity from home and cash to your door sounds like a really great option, then boy, have I got something for you. Press 1 on your telephone keypad now if you're interested in doing another opportunity, because I'd like to show you how. Or press 9 to be placed on my do not call list, and I'll never call you back again. Sorry for bothering you. We just gave that caller 2 choices, and we're doing it at lightning speed time. So your auto dialer could literally be on the phone with hundreds of people all at once, giving them a choice of what to do. Now, if they press 9 and get placed on your do not call list, don't think of me as cold here, but do you care? Well, not necessarily. You don't need to know necessarily who's not interested. You only need to know who is interested in you. So those people that press 1 get transferred over into what we call our telecenter. Now, telecenter is literally the name of a business that supplies a huge voicemail service. Now, there are other services out there, so I'm going to use Telecenter since the majority of us use the iTelecenter accounts. I'm going to use it as a generic wording. This is our large voicemail account right here. always get back with your inviter and ask what they use for not only their auto dialer. Be sure to ask them that. Hey, what do you recommend, Mr. Inviter, for my auto dialer? Which one should I use? Second, Mr. Inviter, what do you use for your voicemail service? Like Sean was talking about an iTelecenter on his videos. Contact your inviter and ask them those two questions. They'll be able to direct you on what they're using. But as far as how they work, we'll get back to this. Remember all these people that we called? Well, not all of them are going to press 1. We wish they would. You would sure have a lot of interested prospects, but in real life, real world terms, only a small percentage will. So let's say that we dialed out 2,000 phone calls for the day. Boy, it just went like crazy and was looking for people that were interested. Most people hung up. Most people, it went to their voicemail service, and your machine might have just left an automated message with your opportunity on it. But those live people on the telephone that they picked up and said, this sounds interesting, and pressed 1, that's the only ones you're interested in. So only the press 1s. Now, of course, they can press any digit that your inviter helps you set up. 1 is the majority of the opportunity number that we use on the auto dialer. We'll go over that a little bit more later. But those that press 1 end up in your telecenter. So your auto dialer may have made 2,000 phone calls within a couple of hours' time, but they're not all interested. You may only have 100 people in your telecenter. Now, the first thing you think, when you first look at that, you think, wow, you mean to tell me, Sean, that if I only make 2,000 phone calls, that it's quite possible that only 100 people pressed 1 and are interested? Well, when you think about it, having 100 people, and you know they're not all going to jump on board with you, that would be great, but in real life scenario, 100 of them, for some reason, pressed 1. So your auto dialer called them, and no matter what they were going through in life, all of a sudden they thought, you know what, I could use some extra cash. I'm going to check into this a little bit more, and they pressed 1. At that point, you don't need to know about the other 1,900 people that either hung up or put on the do not call list. You only need to know who's truly interested, right? Right. Well, this is how we turn leads into prospects. How else could you make 2,000 phone calls and say, are you interested? Are you interested? Are you interested? Are you interested? You physically could not pull it off. So for what the auto dialer does, it is absolutely priceless in our industry. So now you have a pretty good idea of how the auto dialer works and how we're going to be setting that up. In the next video, I'm actually going to cover on the telecenter just a little bit. Very, very short video, but don't forget, there are 2 questions you need to ask your inviter right now as soon as you get done with this video. You email your inviter or call them and say, hey, Sean's talking about an auto dialer, and Sean's talking about a virtual voicemail account. And that's basically all the telecenter is. It's only collecting those people that pressed 1. So with that said, ask your inviter which 2 they use, and they will give you the links to it. Now that you have a good understanding of how that works, and we'll move on into the next section, and I'll show you how to set it up. Thanks.